All right, I've got a special treat today. Heading camping to the Hoosier National Forest with Sammy. Say hello, Sammy. And I've got the Jazz along. Hey, Jazz. Jazzy. Jessie. Hey, come here and say hello. Say hello. Okay, they're anxious to go. Anyways, we're going for a couple days. I think maybe tomorrow we're going to take a little drive to Patoka Lake and walk along the shoreline. Old Mr. Lawrence going to throw in a line or two. See if I can't catch a big bass from the shore. .1985 Coleman Sun Valley in tow. We are on our way. It should be a fun little adventure. Hey, you got doggies? Pack them up. Get some water, some food. Hey, we're ready to go on another adventure. Been a long time since Sammy been on the road. How long's it been, Sammy? That long. Wow. All right, well, let's go camping. What do you say, buddy? All right. Made it to the Hoosier National Forest. Got Sammy and Jazz there. They're looking around, smelling everything. It's pretty nice when you can find an area like this. This is over by Indian Lake, and it's a turnaround back here. The boat ramp's up this way right here. You can see there's just a couple trucks parked right there. What's really nice about this is this is a little area right here, so I can let them out and they'll go around and they'll smell. And by chance, in case they decide to do a number two, I've got the old bone bags right there ready to go, so I'll pick it up and go put it in the trash. Hey, look out, buddy. So anyways, they get pretty excited about it. It's a nice place for them to kind of roam around. Yeah, hey guys, how you doing, huh? Are you glad to go camping? Who's happy? Who's happy, huh? Yeah, okay, good, good. Yeah, I'm a big believer in, especially like in campsites and stuff. If you take your dog and you take a campsite, you know, make sure you keep the dog on a leash. It's pretty important. You know, a lot of people are scared of dogs, and you just don't want to walk around with your dog. You know, you could really freak somebody out that has had some kind of, traumatic experience with a dog, with a dog bite or something, and your dog comes walking in their campsite. It's always a good idea to keep your dog on a leash. You know, I like to keep mine on a leash. You know, one major concern I have is these are pretty good watchdogs right here. You know, I don't want to see any kind of big fight break out. You know, I don't want to be in my campsite with him in the campsite there and another dog come walking in and all of a sudden I got this big dog fight on my hands. And I also don't like it. There's been several times when I've walked my dogs and I'm kind of walking around the loop of the campsite, and all of a sudden a dog comes charging them from another campsite that doesn't have a leash. So leash up, make sure you bring your leashes, and I'll show you what I do. I always hook up a dog run in the campsite, and that way there I can hook them up, and so they're never free roaming unless it's an area back here like this. But I keep a good eye, and if anybody was to pull up or I saw any signs of another dog or something, I'll be sure and leash them back up. So if you can find a little spot like this, it works. Remember, if they make a deposit here, be sure and pick it up. Even though it is the wilderness, you just don't want your dog poop laying around, and go ahead and pick it up, throw it away in the trash. It's not a problem. I see Sammy's got a pretty good little, sore on his elbow there. I guess it's his elbow. That's kind of funny. They always stop at this drain culvert here. I guarantee there's probably a raccoon or something in there, or maybe a snake lives down in there. But they always stop here and look in there. Yep. Yeah, these dogs know what snakes are. So if they see one, they usually back away from it. See, Sammy's pretty jumpy right there. Yeah, stay out of there, buddy. You don't want to get snake bit within an hour of getting here. All right, let's go set camp up. What do you think? Okay, getting ready to set up camp. But you can see I've got the doggies all hooked up. Now, you know, some people think, oh man, that's cruel. You got them on a leash. Well, they're supposed to be on a leash. Not only protect the dogs, but also to protect the other campers. And all the way around. Just security all the way around. They'll get used to it. They're a little nervous right now. I'm going to get them a drink. But you can see that I just got a line tied up with some loops in it. And I put their leash on it. And they'll settle in after a while. They're going to snoop around a little bit. And they get nervous. They hear other dogs here and stuff. And hey, be nice. Be nice. There we go. All right. Got a lot of campers coming in. Labor Day weekend. Yeah, what's kind of funny is I'm actually not sure if I've ever even camped on a Labor Day or Memorial Day, 4th of July, because campgrounds are usually so busy that I usually don't get out, and I usually just stay around the cabin and stuff. But I thought I'd go ahead and do something a little different this time. There you go, Jazz. How's that for bed? All right. Come here. All right, easy. All right, I got them taken care of, and I'm going to go ahead and set the camper up. Got to admit, it's really weird seeing all these people here and people walking by with their dogs and dogs barking and noises, and don't usually have it at Hoosier National Forest. It's pretty quiet. Okay. Get this all set up. Coming together right now. It's been a while since I've been in a 1985 Sun Valley Coleman. It's a sweet machine, vintage. Yeah, it takes a little while for them just to settle in, and then they're just as comfortable as can be. I think they're going to take a little nap. Not Jazzy. Jazzy's still looking around, seeing what's going on. Almost got the Coleman Sun Valley all set up. Got a few more things to do, but I'm running out of light. I thought I'd better go ahead and feed the doggies. Takes quite a while to set the camper up. It's been a while since I've done it. Probably at least an hour. All right. I appreciate you coming along. Be talking to you in the morning. Looks like a perfect night to fish. One thing that I learned when you camp with dogs, and I guess I really never knew this, maybe a decade ago, I started camping with the dogs, and I took Sammy up to Lake Superior quite a few times, and what I learned is it's like camping with kids. You got to keep them occupied. You you can't just take them, put them on a leash and just forget about them and do what you want to do, because they're there camping, they're there to have fun, and they like to do things. But when you go camping with dogs, it's the same as, come on, Sammy. Sammy. Come on. Oh, what he was doing? He's in there sleeping. Come on, buddy. There you go. But also when you go camping with dogs, it's the same as going fishing with kids. Don't think that you're going to fish. You're not there to fish. You're there to undo their lines and undo their hooks and put bait on. The dogs are the same way. They can kind of keep you pretty busy doing things the whole time. Come on, guys. But now this is our second stop tonight. I got camp all set up, so we're going to go over here and I'm going to let them roam around a little bit and hopefully go number 1, maybe go number 2, and then it'll settle in for the night. Biggest struggles with the dogs is trying to get them to go both 1 and 2, and kind of like on command. So like, we're here, guys, this is it, this is your evening time to do what you got to do. But sometimes they will and sometimes they won't. I would think the more that you would take them, the more maybe you could get into a routine with them, but I don't quite take them that often at all, so they're kind of just roaming around right now and seeing what happens. Yeah, because what do? Leave it in the comments. If you take your dog and you go to a campsite, what do? Does your dog just go ahead and go to the bathroom in the campsite right there and you pick it up? Or do you have to do this and find a place and take them? Go for a walk, I guess. I've already seen quite a few people go for a walk with their dogs. Kind of they walk by and they walk out on the main road along the grass there. Oh, look at you. I was talking to old Jazzy. Let her loose right there. All right, well, I got the blue bag there ready to go, and pick her up and go throw her in the trash. Good dog. Good dog, Jazz. Hey, good. Good dog. Yeah, that was good. Now maybe if I can get Sammy to go, I'll be in good shape. No, you ready? I was saying on cue, on command there. Yeah, this is the first trip that me and the Montana's been on in a long time. I got that 1980 Selvin fishing boat, and the Jeep Liberty pulls it pretty nice because of the 4-wheel drive. So the Montana's kind of been hanging out, just had a leisurely summer. Hey, Jazz, come here. Come here a minute. Come here and talk to me. You still want to go to Superior? Huh? Don't be licking the camera. Sammy, you're going to stay home this time, I think. Your Superior days might be over with. But Jazz, you might go. You might go. That's right. Oh, what'd you say, Sammy? You want to go too? I don't know. That's too much. Too much. 12-hour drive. Too much for 2 dogs. You guys are driving me crazy. I'm thinking this is my hint that you're ready to go. Okay. Good job, Jazz. You get A+. Sammy? Get your business done, son. Hey. Hey, you hear me? Here comes Jazz, always interested in what's going on. ready to go to the big lake? Hmm? You want to go to the big lake? Oh yeah, Jazz says, I'm ready. Sammy, I think you're ready too. Alright, let me get some things together. Okay, it was a good evening camping in the Hoosier National Forest, as usual. I heard a little bit more noise this time, maybe a few more dogs barking, a few more cars going by, but tell you what, for Labor Day weekend, it wasn't bad at all. Kind of surprised. This is really a treasure. You know, when I think about a lot of the parks in this area right now, like Lincoln State Park, New Harmony State Park, are just packed. People just almost right on top of each other, probably with no vacancy. And here, I'm guessing it might be a third full at the North Face Campground. Not too bad. Gonna get a few things together and we're gonna go ahead and head over to Patoka Lake, see what's going on at the big lake. Oh, Sammy loves to smell everything out there, don't you, Sammy? Yeah, it's funny, being Labor Day weekend, I'm here this weekend, and it's amazing to see how many fishermen are coming in to go to Celina Lake. And even here at Indian Lake, where the water is so low, it's hard to put a boat in. There's already 4 trucks here with boat trailers. So pretty interesting to see. The holiday weekends are busy in popular campgrounds and fishing lakes like this. Going down, take a look at Indian Lake. Oh, you're not gonna believe this, Sammy. We walked out on this boat dock, and you see how these lily pads are right here? Well, Sammy decided that he could walk on water or on lily pads, and he hit that and went straight underneath the water. Sammy, that was crazy. That was absolutely... And at the same time, Jazz is getting stung by a wasp. Oh, I see. Oh, there's all kind of wasps out here. Ooh, gosh, get out. Get out. Whoa, there's all kind of wasps here. Dang, I see that. Wow. Oh, yeah, I see them. There's a nest. Look right there. There must be a nest of them right there or something. They're all buzzing around. Wow. Well, Sammy? Hey, Sammy. Hey. Sammy. Are you okay, buddy? Hey. Are you okay? Yeah, he's not even looking. He could care less. He's got to smell something over there. Well, there we go. The big adventure has started. God. Man, I tell you what. I'm glad I had a leash on him, because that's the only thing that kept me, that kept me grabbing him, because, man, he went head first straight down underneath there, and I was able to pull him back out of the weeds with that leash. Gosh, man, things happen fast out in the wilderness, eh? All right, we're going to adventure on. Oh, man, I just think it's so funny. I've been trying to think about how to get these dogs on the 1980 Selvin and take them fishing. Man, can't even get past the boat dock without a disaster happening. Might not be a good idea taking them. I think I just learned my lesson right there. Whew. Sammy, you almost died, buddy. Did you realize that? Did you realize that? How close you came to drowning? And you got stung by a dang wasp, didn't you? Ah, don't touch my camera, boy. You do that every time. All right, Sammy, glad you didn't die. Glad you can continue on the trip. Whoa, that was weird. Little car parked back there, and it looked like I don't know. It looked like maybe Indian people, like from India, all grouped around in like these weeds and like having a picnic or something. I don't know. Something didn't look right about that. Not sure what was going on. All right, here's a classic example of how a YouTube creator's mind works. I'm driving to Patoka Lake with the doggies. We're gonna walk the shoreline, we're gonna do a little fishing. And I'm coming down this Highway 37, which would be north of Interstate 64. And I passed by this one deserted cabin that has always caught my eye, and I thought that would make a great photograph. Well, then I come on by and then I see some Amish, a little Amish village set up. And I thought, man, that would be a good photograph. And then something else caught my eye right down here. So I literally have went 2 or 3 miles on down the highway and I have turned around. I've got out my Nikon B700 and I'm going to go back and take these pictures. Because if I don't take these pictures now, the sun's going to change and the scenery is going to change and it won't look the same as I've seen it just now. So I'm going to go back in there and snap them, and you tell me what you think in the comments. Kind of strange. Okay, so there's so much traffic here, I don't know if I'm gonna, okay, here we go. Now see if you can pick this out. Lines are actually buzzing quite loud. It's like I can almost feel something, like some kind of energy field right here or something. This is weird. I'm going to get out of here. You know, I've always said that power lines emit something. And man, I tell you what, these guys are buzzing big time. That's incredible. Okay, so there you go. Those are the things that catch a YouTube creator's eye. You know, especially if you're into the cinema photography and things like that. Those things really catch my eye. And those are all part of the beauty of southern Indiana. Even though it's not like a beautiful flower, it's still pretty cool. It's pretty unique, I think, to see things like that. Anyways, we're going to continue on to Patoka Lake. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, Sammy already caught him a fish. You're a fishing dog, Sammy. You're a fishing dog. Leave the fish alone. Nah, too much. Too much. Leave the fish alone. Good. Good. Well, made it here to Patoka Lake. It's beautiful. Boy, the water's really churned up. That's amazing, the different color compared to when I was here, you know, when I started coming here, you know, a couple months ago, you know, with the Selvin. Man, the water color is what they call stained water for sure. Made it here with the dogs walking down the trail. Had to be careful with the snakes. You know, you don't want snakes to, you know, you don't want to get snake bit. You don't want the dogs to get snake bit. And there are some big snakes out here. All right, I'm gonna rig something up and throw a line in. See what happens. I'm going to go ahead and start off with taking out this bullet weight. I want to get rid of this bullet weight. I got a different plan in mind here to rig this up. Let's see if it's going to work or not. A lot of boat traffic today. A lot of boat traffic. That's pretty funny. There's so many waves today out here. There ain't no wind. It shows you how many boats are out there. No bites, let's fish on. Okay, it's Labor Day weekend. A lot of boats on the water. I'm bank fishing. But hey, I'm gone fishing. Say hello to my fishing dogs, Sammy and Jazzy. All right, boys. Let's see if we can catch something today. Dang dog's as jumpy as I never seen before. This is Labor Day, folks. Labor Day weekend. This is what you're gonna see at Patoka Lake. I'd say it's safe to say old Jazzy's tired. Now Sammy though, he's still raring to go. Isn't that funny? The old dog is raring to go and explore, and the young dog is sound asleep. Well, in some of my videos, when I talk about how much pressure Patoka Lake is under as far as the boating population and how many boats get out here on the water, look at this. I am shocked. There's not a place to put a boat anywhere. It is like this place is booked completely solid. Wow. That's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure on the fish. A lot of pressure on the water. My oh my. I had no idea. Today is Saturday, Labor Day weekend Saturday, so there's Sunday and Monday yet to go. What I confirmed is what I've always kind of known. Every once in a while you tend to forget exactly how busy holidays are. But Patoka Lake, that was a zoo at Patoka Lake. As big as those parking lots are, South Fork boat ramp and the one, maybe the Newton Stewart boat ramp, they were just completely packed. Back to South Fork, they even had a barrier across the road. They didn't want anybody even driving back there with a boat anymore, and yet when I was coming out of there were still people coming right past me going in there with boats. Yeah, that was something to see. You know, Patoka Lake takes a lot of stress, and that is one good thing, Southern Indiana and the changing seasons, because in another 30 days you won't see anything like that. In another 60 days, the only boats will be out there will probably be the 1980 Selvin. A few other true fishermen will be out there fishing. Besides that, everybody's done with the lake all the way till next May. So that's nice. And because the Patoka Lake has the Patoka River running through it, it has an ability to just cleanse itself. So all that water, all that pollution, all that gasoline, everything that's being put in there now, the water just looked horrible. It just looked so cloudy and so bad. But you take another 60 days and you go back here and it'll be crystal clear. It's just amazing how to do that. There's a reason why I've never really went on holidays, and going today was just a reminder. You just can't do it. Now, on contrast, here in the Hoosier National Forest right now, they're about half full, maybe 3/4. They still have sites available. It's nice and quiet here. You don't have all that hustle bustle going on. You don't have a giant reservoir, but you got two pretty nice lakes, Celina-indian. If you have to go on holidays, if that's the only time that you can go is Memorial Day and Labor Day, that's understandable. You got to work. Work comes first, and then you go when you can. But Sammy doing okay? I think Sammy survived. He actually looks pretty good. His hair is all fluffy from that little dip he took this morning. Not sure what we're going to do tonight. Probably just going to take it easy. Maybe just go down and take some photographs by the lake. You know, do something like that. Kind of just walk around with them. What I could do is I could take them to the Rickenball house. We could just kind of walk the property there and read the signs and just kind of walk around there. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe we'll let the sun set on Celina Lake, take some cool photographs, get a good night's sleep again. Glad you came along. Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day. Now I got to admit, that is one beautiful boat. Wow. Man, oh man. Alright, camping in the Hoosier National Forest again. Love the sound of nighttime coming in. Found me a little treasure out there. Hey, if you take your dogs, be sure and always use leashes, and also pick up after them. Very, very important. Nothing worse than going somewhere, getting out, walking around, and all of a sudden you step in some dog doo. Not a good thing at all. Speaking of leashes, yesterday at Patoka Lake, when I went fishing with the dogs out on the shoreline, pretty well picked a deserted place. I didn't think there'd be anybody around. Well, as we walked back to where we left the shoreline and went up, had to go up a trail into that road that was all broke down and deserted. Nobody usually ever goes back there. As I come around a bend, there was a couple sitting there, and I noticed they had one dog, and it looked like a German Shepherd. So I was pretty far away. I was probably 25 yards away, so I yelled at them, "Hey, hey, hey," and they couldn't hear me because of the wind and all the boats and the waves. And so finally I got their attention, and as soon as they saw me, they jump up real quick, and the guy went ahead and grabbed, and I didn't notice it, but there was another big dog with him, and he grabbed that dog, and he put them all on leashes and kind of backed away a little bit. And so I went walking up, and I told her thank you, and she said, no, thank you, we appreciate you saying something to me. And then as I started going up, I said the same thing to him, and he goes, no, he goes, I appreciate you saying something. Dog owners really work together like that, because I could have just walked up on them. And the problem with that is when you have dogs that aren't on a leash, man, unless you have total, absolute control of those dogs, when they see another dog and if they want to charge, they're going to charge. And there's not much you can do. I try my best to always keep them on a leash if possible. Hey, if you happen to ever go out and You forget your little doggy bags like this. Me and Mrs. Melissa went out one time with the doggies, got where we were going and forgot them. We left them back at the cabin. So was able to go by a Dollar General and find these, and these are pretty cool. These are like shaped like a little bone. You get a blue row, you get a red row of baggies. They have a little clip it on your belt. They're pretty nice. I think they ran somewhere around $7, between $5 and $7 for both packs. So if you travel out in the United States, anywhere you go, you're never far from a Dollar General. I mean, they are everywhere. All right, Sammy, you ready to go see Mama? You ready to go see Mama? Huh? Yeah? Jazzy, you want to see Mama? Huh? All right, let's go. All right, we're going to head on back, hook the camper up, and be ready to go. Final walk for the morning. And we're going to go ahead and head back to the cabin here in just a little bit. Got the 1985 Coleman Sun Valley all broke down, ready to go. All we have to do is go back and hook it up, and we'll be ready to head on down the interstate. Pretty good trip. When you travel with the doggies, you got to pay attention to them. They always want something to do. You just got to make sure that you keep them busy, that you keep them secure. There's been a couple instances where people have walked by with their dogs not on a leash. These guys seem to be pretty good. They didn't really bark. They didn't let out one bark the entire time. Jazzy growled a couple times, but that's Jazzy for you. She always likes to growl and say, hey Dad, something's coming and I don't know what it is and it scares me. It either scares her or she's just like real protective like that. So anyways, I'm glad you got to come along. Probably next week, maybe you'll try to carve out a day or two, maybe to take the Selvin back out on the water. I noticed what's funny is being here now in Indian Celina Lake recreation area and going by Indian and Celina Lake, I'm noticing that the same trucks are here with the same trailers and probably the same boats that are out there. So, you know, maybe this lake isn't under as much pressure as I think it is. Not like Patoka Lake. Oh my gosh. Patoka Lake is just under extreme pressure from just the boaters, from boaters. I didn't see a lot of fishing boats when I was there yesterday, but I just saw a ton of gigantic boats running up and down. It's pretty good cigarette boats going up and down. First sign of fall coming in. Nice canoe, Kevlar. Yeah, there's where I almost lost Sammy yesterday. There's a hole he fell into right there. Lucky dog. Very, very lucky dog. On the way back, life is a curvy road. Keep it between the ditches if you can. Hey, I do appreciate you coming along. This is LAF Space Film Fest. Capital LAF Space Film Fest. Hey, if you would, hammer down that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Helps me to come places like this. Take the doggies with me. Now there they go. Sammy, hey, come here. Jazzy, come back over here. Come on. Come on. We're not ready to go just yet. Come on. There we go. All right. Here they come. Happy dogs. Helps me to go places like this. Film little videos. For all you dog lovers out there, I know they're part of your family. These guys are part of ours too. Well, hey, look there. Sammy finally gets to go poop. It's been like 3 days for him. He's a strange dog. He just let me get him out of. You'd be embarrassed if he ever watches this video. Say, Dad, why'd you show me pooping? No, he'll go like 2 or 3 days without going when we go someplace strange, and then finally he'll go. So, all right, let me go get my little blue bags. Let me pick all that up and head back to the cabin. Enjoy the rest of the Labor Day weekend. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be talking to you later. All right, until another time, let's hit the road, doggies. On to another adventure. USA. And Jazzy, you got stung, didn't you? Got stung on your leg, girlie. Yeah, okay. No big deal. All right. Sam, you gonna make it? You look kind of like Sammy. Yeah. Don't try to walk on water unless you're holier than thou. You can ask my dog Sammy how that will turn out.